Well, fishing is a way of life in West Africa, a source of food and revenue. But increasingly huge fishing fleets from China and other far-flung places have taken massive amounts of fish from West Africa's waters, leaving local fishermen with much less to eat and sell. We get the details from VOA senior analyst Jeffrey Young.
For ages, the fishermen of Senegal, Guinea, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, and other West African nations went out in the Atlantic Ocean and came home with bounties of fish. The seemingly endless harvest not only fed their families, but also people throughout the region. And what sold in the market provided money for many. But in recent years, these fishermen have returned to port with little to show. The nets of huge foreign fishing fleets have swept up much of the catch, taking it to markets in China, in Europe, Russia, anywhere but Africa. And experts say a large portion of this fishing is done in violation of these nations' offshore economic zones that extend hundreds of kilometers. The magnitude of West Africa's problem is explained via Skype by NGO Greenpeace marine biologist John Hocevar.
The estimates are hard to imagine. $2 billion in lost income for West Africa and potentially as many as 300,000 jobs. So it's a combination of corruption, lack of enforcement, and just an awful lot of illegal activity by foreign vessels.
China is cited by numerous sources as being the largest foreign presence off West Africa. A recent New York Times story said, quote, most of the Chinese ships are so large that they scoop up as many fish in 1 week as Senegalese boats catch in a year. And by decimating the local fishing industry, the newspaper says this has helped fuel an exodus of young Senegalese to Europe and elsewhere. Chinese vessels steal 40,000 tons of fish from Senegal's waters every year, according to a study published in March in the journal Frontiers in Marine Science. While West African nations have indeed set up their economic exclusion zones, it is difficult to protect the zones from foreign fishing fleets, a point amplified via Skype by UN Food and Agricultural Organization Fisheries Director Manuel Barange.
It is true that certain regions, and West Africa is one of those, the principles are not in place to make sure that that system works. And if you don't have enough monitoring and enough control in your waters, vessels can actually go in and out and conduct illegal operations without the country detecting them.
To build a unified front against illegal fishing, the United States, the European Union, and 44 other countries have signed an agreement that provides protocols for fishing boat surveillance, port inspections of catches, and penalties for violators. The agreement took effect in 2016, but China has not yet signed on, weakening the pact's ability to protect fish populations. What experts agree upon is the need for even stronger penalties for illegal fishing. Also, for West African states to work with each other to increase the reach of their limited monitoring resources. Perhaps then, the region's fishermen will once again bring home a bounty. Jeffrey Young, VOA News.